Hey guys. Sorry, I'm not going to explain that joke. What are we talking about today? We are talking about something that is somewhat related to Tesla. Definitely somewhat related to Tesla. And it's also related to art, the art that I create. The art that I create for Tesla is almost always based on time-lapse photography. And that is a big part of what this video is about. This video is not done in time-lapse because I'm trying to explain to you guys how time-lapse photography works on an iPhone. And it may seem like it's probably obvious and simple, but it's actually not as simple as you might think. Or maybe I'm the only person that didn't know how it worked. But I doubt that. Anyway, in case you already know this, this is just going to confirm it, I guess, for you. But here's what I'm trying to say, is the way an iPhone works is if you do a shorter video that is in time-lapse, it will end up giving you a decent-sized ultimate video. It's so hard to explain this properly in words. So almost the best way to do it is with an example. But wait, before we get to the example, anyway, let me just finish. So if you do sort of a short video, it will give you a long, actual, ultimate time-lapsed video. Okay? And then the opposite is also true. If you do a really long time-lapse, if you do a really long video that is done in time-lapse, is what I'm trying to say, you will get an actual video that lasts for a very short period of time. In fact, the longer you spend making the video, the shorter the video is. Okay, that just sounds like complete bullshit. Sorry for the sorry for the language, in case there's any kids listening. But you heard it here first from the common man. I'm gonna give you the examples. Okay, this really drives home the point. I had actually heard, and I can explain at some point why I even heard this. But anyway, I heard that if you do a video that you spend less than 10 minutes making, it will result in the longest possible video, so to speak. So in other words, my example is I spent 7 minutes and 35 seconds. Actually, to be honest, it was probably more like 7 minutes and 45 seconds, something like that. But under 8 minutes, let's just drive home the point. Under 8 minutes made over half a minute of time-lapse actual video. Okay? Got that? And then I made a second video that was over 10 minutes. So it was actually 11 minutes and 38 seconds. Okay, got it? 11 minutes, 38 seconds. And it resulted in a shorter video. So this is what I had heard would happen, and it actually did happen. So I wasn't actually surprised. I kind of expected it, but it was very interesting to see it proved out. So an 11 minute and 38 second long effort to make a video, so to speak, resulted in a 23 second video. So I'll exaggerate here. I spent twice as much time making a video, and it made a shorter video. What the are you talking about? No. Do you get it? I hope so. Anyway, from what I've heard, doing some research on YouTube, And I don't remember the exact stats, but basically, if you do under 10 minutes of video, it will result in the longest possible time-lapse video. And then anyway, if you make it longer, if you make it over 10 minutes, even 1 second over 10 minutes, it will condense it to basically half. So yeah, that played out. And then the same thing happens again, I think, at 20 minutes. If you go slightly over 20 minutes, it will suddenly condense down to half again. And then I guess over 40 minutes, it goes to half again, something like that. So, by the way, one of the things in all the research I did, I found out that there is an app. By the way, there's probably tons of apps. This was just the one that I specifically heard about because it was the favorite of the guy who made the YouTube that I watched, who was talking about some of these things. Anyway, the app is called Skyflow. So I got Skyflow. I got the free version, and I think there's in-app purchases you can make, or you can upgrade the whole thing or whatever. I don't exactly know. Anyway, I might be experimenting with that app, and apparently in that app, you can stop the shenanigans that the iPhone does. By the way, I'm making it sound like a horrible thing, but I actually don't like it. I don't like that it works this way. But it is what it is. So if you want to use an iPhone, if you want to use the iPhone camera app that comes with an iPhone to make YouTube videos that are created in time lapse, it's just the way it works. But if you want to use a different app to make these videos and then, upload them to YouTube, I think that can certainly be done. I have not actually experimented with it. It is, in my opinion, very easy to upload videos to YouTube from an iPhone if you're just making them with the iPhone camera itself that comes with the iPhone, and grabbing them out of your photos folder. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, and that's potentially, maybe even probably, what I'm going to continue to do. But I do reserve the right to possibly experiment with Skyflow or any other camera app that you can get in the iPhone App Store, and possibly I'll end up with some different and interesting results, and I'll, I guess you'll see how that plays out if you are subscribed and continue to watch some of these time-lapse videos that I create that are in a folder or a sub-channel or whatever you want to call it, that I call Tesla art. Well, anyway, there you have it. That is all I have to say today about time-lapse photography and Tesla art.